Welcome to Not Your Average Neighbor, the podcast celebrating inspiring individuals and the amazing work they do in our community. I'm Ann Roushar, your host, inviting you to join me as we shine a light on stories of resilience, connection, and good news. Let's build a neighborhood that uplifts and inspires, one story at a time. Happy Wednesday, neighbors. It's Ann Roushar. And I must say, this is probably the most excited I've been since I've started my little podcasting journey. And I am so excited because I have the fabulous Lexi Belle joining us today. Now, before we bring her in, she doesn't know this because we haven't really talked that much. I'm a huge fan, but and have been for several years, but she does not know this, but I would like to share this. My drag queen journey started many moons ago in the 1900s, 1991 to be exact, when my friends and I snuck into the warehouse and we saw our first drag show and immediately fell in love. And ever since then, I've been a huge fan. So we are, with no further ado, we are going to bring in Alldan Langston and AKA Lexi Belle.
Hello.
Hi, Lexi.
Hello. I know I look crazy, but trust the process.
Trust the process.
Trust the process.
Alldan, Lexi, they said to me, should I just get ready while we're doing this? And I was like, abso-freaking-lutely. We are doing this in real time. She is getting ready. We are heading to Drag Queen Bingo in just a few hours. And we're so excited. And so, yes, we are here and we are going to learn all about you as you get ready. So let's talk about Alldan first. Let's hear about Alldan because I don't hear enough about that. I know that you are not from Iowa. You're originally from?
I am originally from Arkansas.
Okay, Arkansas. All right,
Arkansas.
Give it up.
Yeah. Yep. So I graduated from Arkansas and then I moved up here to go to Kirkwood, where I failed out and got a job,
Yeah. So how did you find Kirkwood from Arkansas?
So originally my mom's side of the family is from here, and then my dad's side of the family is from Arkansas. So we kind of moved back and forth, and then I spent most of my life in Arkansas.
Okay. Why did I think it was somewhere else? I don't know. I feel like when you tell your Lexi Belle story, is it Arkansas that you?
Yeah, I think.
Well, it must be.
Sometimes I drink.
Yeah, and then we don't know where we're at all. So, well, that's awesome. So, Kirkwood, I'm a Kirkwood alum as well. Well, not officially. I didn't complete it either. Actually, funny story. The thing that held me back the most was public speaking, which is probably a shocker to a lot of people because I can speak, but in a group of people where they're just listening to me, this doesn't bother me because it's just you and me having girl talk.
Right, exactly.
But a crowd, and you do that so well, by the way. Is that something you've always felt comfortable doing?
No, not really. No, I never got in front of a crowd ever really until I started doing drag.
Yeah.
But it's funny because
And when did that start? Yeah.
So I started drag in 2014. So I'm going on 11 years now. And I went to Hamburger Mary's, was my first drag experience. When I was maybe 16 or so. And I was like, oh, this is kind of cool. I did drama class in high school. And I was like, oh, this is basically the same thing, getting on stage and put on a persona and do your thing. So that was when I was 16. That closed down, and then when I graduated and moved up here, when I turned 21, well, 19 actually at Studio, I started going to Studio 13 in Iowa City, and that's when Sasha Belle had her own drag race. And one of the week competitions was the people in the competition had to make over somebody that's never done drag. So I was like, I'll do it. It's just like drama class, theater. So I did it, and I was like, oh, this is like super fun. And you get
fun. Yeah.
tips. I like money. So yeah, that's where
That's awesome.
Been
Well,
hooked
have
ever
you always
since.
been Lexi Belle, or has it evolved? Have you
It has
changed
changed.
names?
So yeah, my last name has changed once. It was Lexi Banks, and I had a different drag mother. And now it's Lexi Belle.
And so that's a part of the community where you have a last name, right?
Yeah.
And that's all of your sisters are in that as well.
Yes. So Pretty Belle is the matriarch of the Belle family who had Belle's Basics for many, many years. And then she had like 5 or 6 kids, and then they all had kids, and then they had kids. So it's a big family tree.
That's awesome.
But I do not have any
So
kids.
yeah, as I mentioned, no kid.
No
You
kids.
don't want any?
Tubes are tied. Yep, tubes are tied.
That is so funny. Yeah, I get that. It's probably a lot. It's like being a real estate agent and having like a team. I'm with Raymond, and so we're basically his kids.
Right.
And he might want to tie his tubes after he talks to me once in a while. No more. I can't take it. So tell me more about, like, purple's always been your favorite color. Like, it's your signature look, right?
No,
was
no.
it always that, or did
No,
it start something
mm-mm.
else?
Yeah. So when I first started, I wore every color. I just wore whatever I could afford. And I did, all different colored wigs, makeup, outfits were every color. And
Yeah.
then I switched to wearing only purple in 2018. I kind of reinvented who Lexi was after my mom passed away. And her favorite color was purple. And she was a very charitable woman. She like always gave back, always, if you needed help, she was there to help you. So I reinvented who Lexi was, and I wear purple in her memory, and I do charity events like this bingo we're doing tonight is a fundraiser for Cedar Rapids Pride and Tanager. So I do a lot of different fundraising events to give back to the community, kind of just keep her spirit alive, if you will.
I love
And
that.
yeah, so I only wear purple outfits, purple makeup, purple hair, purple nails. Purple.
All of it.
Any
It's
shade of
all
purple.
purple.
All
Yeah.
purple.
Yeah. I love that. My mom passed away in 2016, and her favorite color was purple as well. So you are probably shining the light up in heaven on many purple people as well. So
Oh,
I'm
absolutely.
sorry
It's the
to hear
color
that.
of royalty.
Yes. Duh. I'm a pink queen. I like
You're a
pink,
pink girl?
but yeah.
I'll allow it.
But okay, perfect. So, Alden, when you were little, like when you were younger, though, you were in Arkansas, you were in choir. I mean, like, when did you, can I ask, is this a personal question? And if it is, we can take it out. But like, when did you realize and really know that you
Have limp wrists?
we're a gay man?
Yeah. So I kind of knew around puberty, like most.
Yeah.
But then I did not come out to my family or anyone really until like my 21st birthday or so.
Sure. Um, I remember when I was, like when I grew up, it was the 1990s, and it was kind of like starting to be not accepted or whatever you want to say. But back then, people were being more open-minded, I guess. But it was still kind of like like the warehouse was literally, you wouldn't have known.
Right.
You wouldn't have known
Was
it was a gay bar.
yeah. Was that on First Avenue or somewhere? Where
No,
was that
it
at?
was it's behind the police station.
Oh, that's right, down by the river,
Yes,
right?
yes. And it used to be like literally like walk in. There was no pride flags, nothing. But it was just like I said, the vibe that Queens give is just energetic and just thrilling. I never feel angry when I see a drag show, right? Like
It's a good
the
time.
brunch we were just at. Yeah, the brunch we were just at a few weeks ago, like even though there were little girls that were like standing in the back dancing, and this is a vibe. This is what it's all about. It's about love and dancing and having
Absolutely.
fun, and that's just it's just good stuff. So,
Yeah, I always say that my main goal when I do a show is for the audience to come to a show and kind of leave whatever they might have going on in their personal life at the door, and just forget about that part and whatever they might be going through, and just
right.
have a good time, be with people that are just loving and accepting. You can be whoever you want to be, and to just, you never know what people are going through. So
Yeah,
just have a good time.
absolutely. Absolutely. So as you're doing your makeup, kind
Yeah.
of tell us the process that it takes for you to get into this Lexi Belle uh human.
Right. So funny story. So when I started out doing drag, um, obviously I didn't want to like be ugly starting out.
No, God
So I
no.
I always I paid someone to do my makeup for like the first 6 or 7 years of doing drag.
Wow. Years? I thought you were going to say months.
No, it was years. Years.
Holy
I
moly.
would just pay somebody to do my makeup and I would just sit there and have a little cocktail and then I'd be done. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But then they said, Alden, if you're going to take this seriously, you're going to have to learn how to do makeup. So I kind of know like a paint by numbers makeup routine. I do
Right,
the
right,
same
right.
thing every time. You have those queens that are always like doing intricate makeup. I'm like, oh
Oh
my
my
God, I
gosh, yes.
wish, but I don't know how to do that. So I have a paint by number cheat sheet basically of where things go on my face.
Well, it all looks amazing, so you are doing a great job. But yeah, I suppose if you want to be taken real seriously, you do have to
Yeah,
give it up, Cedar
you got to
Rapids,
do
and
it. You got to do it yourself. I'm like, okay, I guess nobody wants money.
no, they wanted you to grow and
They
learn,
did. They
right?
did. And I do appreciate that because now I'm like, okay, I can do this. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So,
and you can do it while you're on a podcast, so that's
right. I'm going to
perfect.
try. This is my first time doing makeup while talking.
Yeah, I know. I told you that you can blame it on me tonight if anyone, but it is like 95 degrees out,
Yeah,
so
I'm going to
it'll be
blame it on the heat.
fine. Yeah, blame it on the heat. So how do you like your music when
Hmm.
you're planning the shows? Like, how long does it take for you to figure out and create a dance routine for a song, and what inspires you to do the songs you do?
So for me, I'm not really a dancer. I
I
can't.
mean, you can do
Yeah.
some stuff though.
I'm not doing flips. I'm not doing splits. I'm not doing choreo. I've tried. I've
No,
been a
but you're
backup dancer.
kicking and I mean, you got to be in those heels.
Yeah.
That alone.
So I always say I am Cedar Rapids. Me and Portia Cass, we always say we're Cedar Rapids premier bill collectors. We just walk around and collect our bills.
No, and I mean, you are being very humble because I think that you're fabulous. And maybe if you're not even doing moves, you're like still hypnotizing
Yeah.
with your
I'm
look.
I'm yeah, I'm bebopping around the stage, you know.
Yeah,
But I'm
yeah,
not
yeah,
I'm not breaking it down to, you know, dance moves and
yeah.
backflips and stuff.
Did you ever do that?
No, I'll leave that to the other girls.
And there are some girls that get down.
Yes.
I'm
Oh my
like,
gosh.
holy
Yes.
shit. My knees do not bend like that.
No. Mm-mm. I don't got that kind of insurance.
Exactly.
Mm.
Exactly. So have
So
you, I
for
mean,
my like
yeah,
music wise, you were saying,
yeah,
sometimes I don't even know what I'm gonna do like 10 minutes before I go on stage. I'm
I
just like,
believe that though.
yeah, I'm just shuffling through my Spotify, like, okay, what song do I know?
Oh my God, I love that.
Yeah.
I
But you'll
love
be
your
surprised,
honesty.
a lot of performers were like, okay, what are we gonna do tonight? Like minutes before we go on stage.
Really?
Yeah, well, and sometimes we'll like switch it halfway through depending on like the energy of the crowd.
Right.
Because like if it's the energy's not there, you don't want to like, you know, burn out and like waste your energy for
Right.
something. Or
Right.
if the energy is there and you're like doing a ballad, you're like, okay, I need to switch that to something more
Yes.
upbeat. So
Yes.
yeah,
Yeah.
a lot of the time we don't know what we're gonna do until we see the audience or, you know, feel it, you know.
Yes. Oh my God, that's so interesting because you guys know, I mean, you know all the words. You do really well at the lip syncing.
Most of the time.
What is the word that you guys say if you don't know the word? Like when I was young, if you didn't know the words in choir, you'd just say watermelon.
Watermelon, yeah. Yep. Watermelon. Or that's when you like go over to a table and like you talk to them for a second if you don't know it. Like, oh,
Right.
thank you for the tip. And then you go back on
Yes.
stage.
And then you're like, okay, now I know these words.
Now I know these ones. Yeah, exactly.
Oh my God, I'm getting the
I
inside
know,
on
I'm
the
telling all the secrets.
I love it so much. So besides performing in Eastern Iowa, like where's the most farthest you've traveled to perform?
So I went home to Arkansas one time for my friend's wedding, and I did a performance in a little tiny town down there. It was actually in Missouri. It's like their only gay bar. It's like a hole in the wall, you know, kind of thing.
Yeah,
And I invited all my, you know, classmates and friends from back home. It was a lot of fun. I
I
enjoyed it.
bet. I
Yeah.
bet. And they probably had a blast.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Um, I'm excited to go up to Waterloo.
Oh,
Studio 13 Waterloo is going to be opening.
oh, nice.
Jason and team is are going to add another studio, so that'll be exciting.
Yeah. And when does that plan to open?
I think they take over in August with
Oh,
ownership and
really?
management. Yeah, so it should be
Is
coming
that
up soon.
Waterloo or Cedar Falls?
Waterloo.
Okay.
So
Well,
I'm
that's
excited about
fun.
that.
Good for
Yeah.
them. Yeah, for sure. For sure. What do you think? Do you have a lot of people that come from outside of the community that come and perform? I mean, I'm just thinking of Pride. You usually have like a a performer that's kind of known on RuPaul's Drag Race or
Yes.
whatever. But
So
do we have a lot of others that come? I don't know. It's usually past my bedtime, so I like early events.
I know. I'm drinking Red Bull now. Normally I'm downstairs getting ready. I'm like, oh, I need a drink. It's Red Bull.
Yeah. Right, exactly. I have iced tea with caffeine.
Yeah, we have a pretty good group come from the Quad Cities to perform, Des Moines, kind of all over, Wisconsin, Omaha. They all have really good drag scenes.
Yeah.
So we kind of just like invite different ones to pop
Yeah.
over, and yeah, it's nice
Right,
because Jason and team, they own, studio in Iowa City, and they own Basics, and now they'll own Studio Waterloo. So it's nice
Okay.
if they come for the weekend, they can do both bars,
Oh yeah.
and yeah, make their trip worth it. So
Yeah, for sure, for
yeah,
sure. I do, like I said, I do love a drag brunch and a drag bingo where I can see you, but I can be in bed at a
right,
reasonable
yes,
hour.
exactly,
But I do, sometimes I'll pop over to the Basics and be awake at 9 p.m. for some
right,
reason. Raymond keeps me young, that's for sure.
right.
So how are the RuPaul drag queens when they come to Pride? Are they
Most of
nice?
them,
Are they
yeah, most of them are very
yeah,
down to earth. Some of them can be divas, but most of them are very down to earth, very humble, very courteous. I've been impressed with all the ones that I've met.
yeah, yeah. That's a fun show. Do
Yeah,
you have aspirations ever?
I do not. I do not want to go on that. No, I think it's. I will say that it has been a blessing and a curse for drag in
Yeah,
general.
sure.
Because it has, brought a lot to, mainstream,
Yeah,
which has helped a lot of our community. But it also can be like very cutthroat, very nasty.
yeah,
The fans,
yeah,
most of the time,
yeah.
mostly it's the fans. I'm like, oh my
Oh,
gosh, I would never say that to somebody. You know what I mean?
yeah, no way.
So yeah, no, I don't have any plans to audition for any of that show.
I know, but listen, I think you would just be so amazing on it though, too. So, not that you would have to do a race, but like just
Yeah.
being on it would be an amazing experience, I'm sure. Do you hear when people come from around other places, are they surprised that Iowa has a drag scene? Are they, um, like we live in
Yeah,
Iowa? So,
I think people are like, where is Iowa first?
yes.
And then they're like, what are you doing here? Why?
Right.
But no, I mean, we have our own Iowa Drag Awards
Oh, you
in Des
do?
Moines. Yeah, in Des Moines. It's, I think, our fourth or fifth year of having our own like statewide drag awards. So that's fun.
That is so fun.
Yeah, I
Have
think
you
with
placed?
I have not. I have not. I have not. So they do like nominations, and
Tell
then
me more.
second round of nominations will be like
Oh,
people vote.
nominations. Okay.
So I have not been nominated enough to
Oh,
win an award yet. Yet.
okay. Well, yet exactly. So is that when they talk about Miss Iowa and all of that?
No. So that is the pageant system that we have here,
Okay.
and that is also in Des Moines.
Okay.
And our current reigning Miss Gay Iowa is India Love.
You love. And where's she
Yeah.
from?
She's from Cedar Rapids.
Oh, really?
Yep, the Love family and the Belle family are both from Cedar Rapids. So we have India Love, Neve Love, Honey Love, Jasmine Love,
House of Love, right?
the House of Love. Yeah,
Yeah. So I
Kenya.
think Vidal,
Yes,
Vidal used to
yes,
be in there.
yep.
And did Josh too? Josh Martin?
Josh. Yep.
Yeah,
Kenya,
yeah.
Kenya.
But
Yep.
that was, we're much older.
Right. You said 91. You said that you went to the warehouse. That's when I was born.
I just love that story so much. Tell me more. Well, so you came to Kirkwood and you just started getting into the club scene in Iowa City first, is that right?
Yeah, yep. So at Studio 13, you can be 19 to go to the bar because they have a entertainment clause for the drag shows, and
Nice.
then 21 to obviously drink. So
Right.
yeah, I started out going to studio just to watch the shows and hang out with friends.
Yeah.
Um, and then when I turned 21, so I've always lived here, so I've always traveled down there to um,
Down to Iowa City.
do drag. And now, since I'm a lot older than 21, I mostly just perform at Basics because it's right here.
Right. Exactly. Exactly. Um, I have some questions that are
Yeah.
written down. So just bear with me as I try to read them because I want to make sure that they don't sound too cheesy or so one of the questions I have is what does community support look like here from what does community support look like here to you? Like, do you feel the love? Do you wish it was, obviously we wish more people were, embracing of everyone. But do you feel like it's grown since you started? Give me your thoughts on that.
Yeah. So I personally feel that the community here is fantastic.
Yeah.
Um, I haven't really I haven't really encountered anything like
A-
too nasty
Assholes. Yeah.
personally. I'm
Right.
sure it does happen.
Yes.
I know it does happen. Um,
Right.
but for the most part, I mean, the last, little bit, like,
Yeah.
you know what I'm
Right.
talking about.
I
Um,
know what you're talking about.
yeah, that's been a little, people are very emboldened to say things that
Ugh.
they didn't, they think it, but now they're saying it out loud. You know what I mean?
Right, right,
Uh,
right.
but overall, as a community, I always like to
Yeah,
see the best in people.
yeah.
Um, so I have not really had any
Bad
bad,
experience.
yeah,
Yeah, okay,
but
good.
others definitely have.
Yeah, of course. I've been not dragging. I've been inviting my husband to drag shows for a long time. And he was the lucky recipient, and I'm not sure. I think she's the one that's doing bingo with you tonight. What's her name?
So unfortunately, Erotica couldn't find someone to cover her
Oh,
shift.
oh
Um,
shoot.
I know, but yeah, Erotica
Okay, so
Divine
I
Go.
think she there was a drag brunch. I don't know if you remember this or not, but Amara had a drag brunch out at Stillwater, Amara Andrews, a few years ago when she was running for mayor. And you may or may not have been there, but erotica, my husband picked the right seat or the wrong seat, if however you want to. And she had this big, beautiful yellow dress on, and she just put him
Oh,
right underneath it.
I think that might have been Neve.
Oh,
I think
Neve.
I think Neve has a big yellow gown.
Oh yeah, it was so funny. And God bless him. He's just such a good guy. Love is love in our house. We don't judge. So but
Yeah.
he's from Vinton, Iowa, where it's
Oh, yeah.
where
I went to
where
Vinton Shellsburg in the sixth grade.
you
That was one of the
did.
years. That was one of the years we lived up here.
Okay. Okay, so
Uh huh.
uh their community is growing as well, which is great to see because when
Yes,
I drive,
I went out there to Benton County Pride a couple years ago
oh
and
yay.
had a booth with CR Pride.
Oh, nice, nice. And so are you the hostess for the upcoming Pride here, the drag show again?
I am. So I have been with CR Pride. I did 2 years on the board, and now I am a entertainment committee lead. So me and Sinclair Snaps are going to co-host
Nice.
and MC this festival this year, which is on the 12th.
Awesome. Yes, it's on the 12th. I mean, I want to say hopefully it's not like 1,000 degrees, but it's July 12th, so it probably will be. Did we have a parade this year? I don't think I heard.
So the parade this year is going to be right before the festival
Oh,
starts.
good.
It's going to be like a walking parade rather
Yeah.
than like a full-fledged shut all the streets down, with just budgetary restraints and security concerns and stuff like that. We
Yeah.
decided to kind of pivot and do a smaller walking parade.
Yeah, well, that's fun because I always feel like there's so many Pride Fests going on in June around the area that it's nice that you use July as your month to
Yeah,
celebrate because then you get more people. But I love the parade, and so that's good to know that it'll kind of be accompanying
yes,
the
yep,
Pride Fest.
yep,
And is this the 30th year? Is that right?
yes, 30th year for the festival, I believe.
Yeah, for Pride Fest.
Yes.
That's incredible. And it's grown so much, even from I was a vendor with a previous brokerage probably in 2018. And it's grown so much even since then. So if you are in the area of Cedar Rapids on July 12th, definitely come check it out. It's down at Nubo.
Yep.
And then we have performers, vendors, and now we have a parade. And it's just a lot of fun. So
Very, very much fun. Family
yeah,
friendly. Bring your kids, bring your grandma, bring your neighbor,
yeah,
bring
yeah.
your enemies, because
Yeah.
it's going to be all love. So,
I'm telling you, you cannot feel angry when you're at a drag show. You just
mm-mm.
if you do, there is something wrong with you. It's definitely
Right.
you, not me.
Exactly.
I remember, was it last year or the year before? This sweet little boy had a sign up
Oh,
that
yeah.
said
That was last
drag
year.
queens. Was that last year?
Uh-huh.
You can read to me anytime or something like that. It was so
It was
cute.
very cute. It was very cute.
I fell in love with the parents as well because that's amazing.
But
Because he was
I don't do no reading to nobody. Because like I said, I didn't go to college, and then I graduated in Arkansas. So I'm not reading nothing. If it don't have pictures, I'm
good.
not reading it.
That is so funny. Okay, so let's look here some more. Another question I had is, do you have an unforgettable performance that just keeps you going doing this? Because I'm sure it's not always easy, especially when it's 95 and you're going to be
I know,
playing
right?
bingo on asphalt.
Right. I know. I just think about like the like performances for Pride. Obviously that's like the biggest crowd that I performed with. But also just like seeing the whole community come together and it just being like so uplifting, especially in like the climate that we've been in the last couple of years.
Mhm.
Just seeing the kids being themselves,
Mhm.
everyone walking around, just doing what they want, and not having to worry about what people
Yeah.
are thinking about them.
Mhm.
That's probably like seeing this, being on the stage and seeing the crowd is like
Yes.
totally different than being in the crowd looking up. It's just
Right.
like so amazing.
Yeah, for sure. And it's during the day, so you can see them.
Right,
You
right.
don't have a spotlight, so that's nice
Yeah.
too. But yeah, I'm sure that is an incredible experience for you to see because there are thousands of people that attend that, and
Oh yeah.
so
Hmm.
I bet that is very special. Um, Thank you for sharing that. I love that. Because I'm like, woo, from down on the ground. um, Now it seems like maybe this isn't really a question that you probably have an answer to, but maybe because you just seem like you're so chill and you're like whatever happens happens. But so maybe let's have there been any challenges that you have faced because you're a drag queen outside of your drag queen life? You know, like does Alden get any slack anywhere? For being Lexi Belle?
Not to my face that I know of. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well,
Um,
I mean, it's not good, but listen, it's better than to your face, and yeah,
yeah. Um, no, so at work, they all know that I do drag.
yeah,
Something that I love about the company that I work for
yeah.
is I can come to work as myself every day, all
That's
day.
important.
I invite people to my shows. They show up. One year for Halloween, we had a costume contest. I came in drag. I got third. I know.
Do they know who they're talking
I
to?
know. I know.
Why you got
You
third?
know. You know
Oh
who
God!
won? You know
No.
who won? A guy dressed up as the the guy from Reno 911 with the white ostrich boots.
Lame, lame,
Ah, too funny.
lame. I mean, come on. You've got the whole outfit.
Yeah, I was a flight attendant.
Were you?
Yeah, it was cute. Just walking around a
Just
warehouse in high heels.
Would you like a drink or a
Right.
snack? I have a very good friend. Maybe you know, maybe he's a flight attendant. He hasn't been back in a while. His name is Brian Tripp. He does a lot with cats, with Burmese kittens, and he's back a lot for that. But he that's my dying wish is to be on one of his flights because he's so flippin' funny without even being funny. I just
Right.
want to be on Brian's flight once in my life. But other than that, I could not do that job. Those people on flights are just disgusting.
Crazy.
They are
They lose all
terrible.
common sense. They lose all common sense.
Okay, so we're going to play a little rapid fire fun,
Ooh,
and
okay.
I'm just gonna throw out some little statements, and you just tell me what you're feeling, what you're thinking. So, favorite lip sync song of all time?
Oh, of all time. Oh, I really like to do, and I think it's a crowd favorite. It's called "A Thousand Miles" by Vanessa Carlton.
Oh,
Making my way downtown. You know, everyone
yes,
knows that. It's just
yes,
a fun little sing along. You know,
it is, and they all start singing.
they
I
all
can
start
attest.
singing. Makes my job
Yeah, that
easier.
is, yeah, that's so fun. So when heels or boots?
I like boots.
Oh yes,
More
same.
comfortable. More comfortable.
How long did
Sturdy.
it how long yeah, exactly. That's why I like boots. They're sturdy. How long did it take you to like really I'm a woman of 52 years and I still can't wear heels comfortably. So like did you have to practice to walk around in them a lot or what?
Not really. No, it kind of just came
It just
natural.
came to you. Well, good for
Well,
you.
a fun history lesson about heels is they were originally made for men to
Sure.
um to
Lift
like
them up because they were little.
to keep them in like stirrups for like horses and stuff.
Oh, I thought it was because they were tinier back.
Right.
Well, they still have lifts. They just hide them now.
Right. Yeah. We know who wears those.
Yeah, we do. So, what's your wig of choice? I know
Ooh.
you have the big, beautiful, big one. Do you ever do a bob? I don't think I've seen you in a bob.
No, not really. I normally just have like big
Purple hair.
curly, big purple hair. Yeah. Tonight I
Yeah.
will probably wear a short little one because it's
Yeah.
going to be so hot.
Yeah.
So it'll be the closest thing I have to a bob.
So, how long does it take you to like, is it hours before? Is it to get your wigs ready? Like, what do you do? Do you have one day that you do all your wigs or what?
No, so I just throw it on and then glue on the lace.
Of
They're all
course.
just, yeah, they're all just on wig heads over here.
So,
So I just throw it in there.
where do you get your wigs at? Amazon
So
or
no, well, yes, the actual wig, and then I have someone like style it and like froof it up and tease it up all big.
yeah, yeah. I would love to wear a wig because right now I did a drastic haircut last year and I love it, but also like sometimes I want to have a little bob and be cute. So I don't know how to do them though. Like what do you need to do to put glue it on? Like how do you do it?
Um, so you put your regular hair in like a wig cap, and it
Yeah.
kind of just holds it
And
all
that's
together.
it?
And then I wear like this little, where did I just put it? This little like headband,
Uh-huh.
and then throw on the wig, and then I just use got to be glued hairspray, and glue on the lace.
Okay. All right.
You'd probably want to do like more in depth if you're trying to wear it for multiple days. Because I'm just
Well, no, it would just be like for a fun night out, like instead of
oh
having, you know,
yeah,
I mean, they're hot.
they are very hot. They are very hot.
Someone needs to make a really breathable wig that still looks good.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. So, Lexi Belle, what is your catchphrase? What is your thing that you love to say when you're in front of a crowd? Give me money.
I don't know. Catchphrase.
Yeah, what do you I mean, I feel like yeah. Well, like when I mentioned earlier, so I feel like Belle's Basics might have been the one that Belle might have been the one that started this, but again, back in the 1900s, one of the drag queens would always say, "Give it up, Cedar Rapids, for Miss Summer Night." And so we still, all of my friends that experience this with me, we still are always like, "Give it up, Cedar Rapids."
Yeah, I don't know if I have a catchphrase. Maybe other people might think of one that I say a lot, but
Yeah, yeah. Well,
I don't know.
if you all can think of one listening to this
Yes.
that you know that Lexi says and she's not thinking of it right now. Um, do you do are there reunions for drag queens like, you know, the older ones? Do they come and do you guys bond over anything, you know what I'm saying? Like maybe you should do that sometime. That would be fun.
That would be fun. Sometimes we do like a bell show where like all the bells get together. We haven't done one in a couple years though.
That would be fun. Yeah, there's so many that I can think of. Summer Night was the one that it was just always give it up Cedar Rapids for Summer Night. So, but I don't even know if she's still around. Okay, guys, thank you so much for joining us. This is a two-parter. So we are going to come back next week with the Alldan Lexi Belle, and we are going to share more good news with Lexi and what's going on in the LGBTQIA community in Cedar Rapids. So, thanks so much for watching and listening. Don't forget to like, follow, share, all of the things. Listen, comment. I, I would love to hear from you. Who's your favorite drag queen? all of the good things about drag queens. So thank you so much, Lexi, and we'll see you next week.
Bye.